Welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're digging into the major news from July 16th, 2026, and we're exploring a seriously fascinating theme: industrial convergence. The digital world we all live in, well, it's getting very, very physical, and the sheer scale of it is absolutely incredible.
Okay, let's dive into this. What do AI chips, global oil routes, and extreme heat actually have in common? I know, it sounds like a totally random list, right? But as we're going to see today, our rapidly expanding digital economy is colliding head-on with physical reality.
Part 1. The Physical AI Boom. When we think of artificial intelligence, we usually just picture software, right? These ethereal cloud networks floating in the sky. But the reality is, the AI boom is rapidly becoming one of the largest physical industrial projects in human history. Case in point, $265 billion. That is an absolutely astronomical number, literally larger than the GDP of a lot of countries. And it represents the massive total planned U.S. investment by TSMC out in Arizona. They just reported a record-breaking $22 billion quarterly profit, and they are taking those funds and pouring them directly into hard physical infrastructure. And this brilliantly illustrates how we aren't just talking about lines of code anymore. We're talking about 6 new fabrication plants. We're talking cutting-edge 2-nanometer chip production and huge advanced packaging facilities. All of this digital growth is translating directly into construction sites, high demand for engineers and skilled trades, and absolutely immense utility and cooling requirements.
Which brings us to Part 2, global energy choke points.
So to build and run all of that massive global industrial infrastructure, you need a highly secure, reliable global energy supply. And right now, that supply is facing some really harsh geopolitical realities. We're now seeing a 5th consecutive night of renewed military action in the Gulf. Looking strictly at the stated positions from both sides today, the U.S. states that its blockade is intended to prevent Iranian attacks on commercial shipping. Meanwhile, Iran's stated position is that the Strait of Hormuz is a non-negotiable national red line. So the crucial point here is the immediate physical impact this conflict is having on global supply chains. The daily commercial vessels passing through the Strait of Hormuz have plummeted from 13 down to just 7, and that's in a single day. Because of this squeeze, U.S. oil inventories are actually sitting at their lowest levels since 2022.
Moving on to Part 3, grids under extreme heat.
Let's move to the weather and see how this all builds up. We've got massive physical energy demands from the AI boom, combined with a global energy squeeze. Now, directly connect that to the extreme domestic weather conditions happening right now. In the Southwest, temperatures are near or above 110 degrees, putting incredibly high pressure on regional power systems. Up the West Coast, dangerous heat in the inland valleys is creating serious risks for outdoor workers. In the central U.S., you've got persistent heat paired with localized hail and flooding, driving the need for cooling centers. And down in the Southeast, hot, super humid, with severe afternoon storms that are especially dangerous for older adults and kids.
And here is where it all collides. Our physical power grids are simultaneously battling these extreme, persistent heat waves and the absolutely unyielding electricity requirements of all those brand new AI data centers. It is a massive, permanent new drain added to an already deeply stressed system. To put it simply, the power you rely on to run your own air conditioning is caught in a literal tug-of-war with global tech expansion.
All right, Part 4, World Cup Final Weekend.
Okay, after all that heavy news, let's completely shift gears for a much-needed cultural palate cleanser. Now, what's really interesting about Argentina's dramatic 2-1 comeback victory over England is the sheer timing of it. England took the lead in the 55th minute with a goal from Anthony Gordon, but the real magic happened incredibly late. Enzo Fernandez equalizes in the 85th minute, and then Lautaro Martinez straight up wins it in stoppage time. The incredible, almost inevitable thread running through the whole match: Lionel Messi assisted both of those late match-winning goals. No way.
And that sets the stage beautifully for Sunday's championship match in New Jersey. It's going to be Argentina taking on Spain. We are going to see Argentina's proven resilience matched up directly against Spain's signature technical discipline. And it carries immense historical weight for sure, because this is very likely Lionel Messi's final World Cup appearance.
So what does this all mean for us? Bringing it back to the big picture of our changing world, as you think about everything we've covered today, from massive chip plants to shifting global supply chains, I want you to ask yourself, how resilient will our new AI-driven economy truly be against rising geopolitical and environmental temperatures? Honestly, it's the defining question of our time. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I hope this leaves you eager to learn more about the physical realities that are literally building our digital future. Catch you next time.